You have a challenger bank, and basically
more than a challenger bank.
More than a challenger
new bank.
Right, but it's a challenger bank for our intent and purpose, which is basically you want to lend to small and medium enterprises. Italian banks are under pressure. What makes you think that you can do a better job than them?
Let's say that many of the problems that were the real problems in Italian banking are behind us. I mean, distress assets, toxic assets are not an issue anymore. Now
NPLs are still there.
But I mean, a good part of it has been moved out.
Okay.
Actually, in the shadow banking world, that is an issue, but we will not talk about that now. I mean, banks have been cleaned, to a large extent have been cleaned. For sure, the real challenge today is to face the challenges of the redesign of the financial service world. I mean, digital technologies on the one side, new regulations, and especially new entrants are totally reshaping the industry, and new paradigm banks, as I said before, that are specialized banks with totally new and innovative business models will succeed and will make good money and will tap needs that today are not serviced. SMEs that are second tier but with good potential are certainly a big need to be served. Corporate NPL is still a market very dynamic, especially secondary market, and state-of-the-art direct banking services for households and companies that do not want to be intermediated in old ways. So room for growth, challenges for incumbents.
But how do you not worry about, I guess, GDP in Italy, right? We're talking about possible recession. We're seeing whether the government holds. If there is a recession, will that not hurt, bank loans?
Actually, no, because we specialize in companies that can be restructured, companies that have potential on the international markets. So, first of all, I do not expect, I don't see around the corner any serious risk for a recession. We will grow very little, not enough. But I really don't see a risk for a real recession, a serious recession in our country. For sure, we're not investing enough. Government is not tackling this issue strongly enough. And when I say investment, I mean education, infrastructure, innovation. So for sure, we're not moving in the right direction, but the real risk for a serious recession is not there.
Mr. Passera, I've got like 14 questions and not enough time for it. So let me talk to a guy out of Wharton who's arguably the most Anglo-Saxon banking executive on the continent of Europe. Is European getting Intesa Anglo-Saxon fast enough? Are they doing the Passera plan fast enough, or do they need to go faster like you did at the Italian postal system a million years ago?
What we're not doing enough as Europe in general is the creation of the single market. I mean, if we want to compete at the global level, we have to create an economic area, a region, the same way the US has done. And that is something that is not happening yet. That is the main responsibility of the new parliament and the new commission, because if we have that region, that single market, then we will create champions that will be competitive at the global level. Without that word, a number of specialty areas, like the one Illimity will cover, will be very interesting and useful.
What would you do with Deutsche Bank, Commerce Bank? Your business history is extraordinary at coming in times of total crisis. Again, I'll go back to the Italian postal system. What would you do day one at Deutsche Commerce Bank?
First of all, I cannot give advice to such capable bankers and countries, but for sure the combination between the two banks, in my opinion, is a right step in the right direction. And managing mergers is not an easy task. In that case, the combination of the two business models is possible. It has to be done rapidly. Germany needs consolidation. Germany is the country that is probably the last one joining the party of the countries with an organized, consolidated banking system.